May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and a local nonprofit organization dedicated to serving those living with mental illness wants to help reach more in our community, as 1 in 5 people will experience a mental health condition in their lifetime. The San Antonio Clubhouse is hosting an event which is free for you. And joining us tonight is Eric Estrada, the executive director of the San Antonio Clubhouse. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hey, thanks for being with us. And, first of all, just right out the gate, we wanted to talk about the San Antonio Clubhouse in terms of who can join. So for our viewers watching, mental health encompasses so many things, so many people living and struggling with it. How do they know at home if they can come be a part of this?
Sure. Our only requirement for participation is that you're either diagnosed with a mental illness or you identify as somebody who's been affected by it personally. So if you yourself had a diagnosis, or you believe that you have the symptoms of diagnosis, we'll talk to you and you can be part of the Clubhouse.
Really important work that you guys are doing, and especially during the pandemic is what comes to mind. So many of us were struggling with mental illness, like you said, maybe we didn't know we had, or maybe we were diagnosed in that time frame. And can you talk about what the Clubhouse has done to help connect and just help engage with members?
Sure. The Clubhouse had an interesting time during COVID because our model is built on, just close personal interactions between people. And obviously that wasn't a possibility during COVID. So there was a whole lot of virtual programming. Our staff and members did a great job of reaching out to each other, staying in contact, participating virtually, doing things online, and spending a lot of time on Zoom, just like a lot of other folks. I'm
curious, just on an emotional level, what the Clubhouse means to you, personally, to be a part of this. Can you explain that?
Sure. Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you. For me, it's an interesting thing to be a part of, just because mental health affects everybody. And I didn't know that growing up. I didn't grow up in a household that talked about this stuff. I was a military person after that, and I never really understood mental illness. And once I started to see what this actually meant and the impact that it has on our community, I realized it's everywhere. Mental illness affects all of us in ways that I never understood until being part of this community.
That's so powerful. We were just looking at photos. One of them said, "I am not my mental illness." Really wonderful to see representation like that. And I wanted to touch on this parade that you guys are holding, a mental health rally and parade. Can you kind of talk about what we can expect?
Sure. It's something that we used to do often before COVID. And so we're excited to do this again. We didn't have it last year. But the goal is just to get people out and to talk about mental health and mental wellness and the fact that it affects all of us. We want the stigma to not be there. And the more that we are able to be open and talk about it and share about what's happening in our community, the more likely people are going to be able to get the support that they really need to be better.
Well, and there's some fascinating things that you guys have going on. Quickly before we have to let you go, I wanted to talk about the Clubhouse, that you've got a hydroponic farm called Clubhouse Grows. Can you tell our viewers about that?
Yeah, we're fortunate that about 3 years ago, the wonderful women of Impact San Antonio purchased this equipment for us. It's allowed us to open up a farming mechanism basically on our campus in our parking lot. So we're able to produce basically acres full of produce, which we then give to our members. Our folks take it home, we give it to other nonprofits, and so we get to help feed the community.
Incredible. Quickly, we wanted to go over just some of the details here. The Mental Health Rally and Parade is Thursday, May 13th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Again, hosted by the San Antonio Clubhouse. We have the address listed along with the website. Eric, we can't thank you enough, for joining us this evening. Really important work that you're doing, and go get them.
Thanks for having us.
All right.